So, you're famous now, huh?
Huh?
Is it not your face on the billboards, the magazine, and the news? You're now a multi-figure earning best-selling writer. And you couldn't bother to tell your family?
Excuse me?
You have parents and a brother in this city, Ariel. The least you could do is tell us about your newfound wealth.
1, I do not have a family here or anywhere else in the world. And 2, I don't have time for some rascally random tech stalker. Please let me be and never reach out to this line again. As a matter of fact, I'll even block your number.
It's me, silly.
Who?
Keith.
Oh, I see. What do you want?
What do I want? Are you not happy to hear from me? Your twin and only brother after all these years?
Not in the slightest. So if you just called to ramble on foolishly, then you're on to the wrong person.
No, I just wanted to know how you're doing.
After 8 whole years? Of what importance are any of my tales of woe to you at this point? What if I was dead? Would you still look for me? Please let me be. Return to oblivion where you've been all these years. You're all dead to me, and I should be to you too.
Come on, Ariel. You're taking this thing too seriously.
Too seriously? You guys practically threw a 17-year-old onto the cold streets with no money, no food, and no place to lay my head. Why? Because I no longer wanted to be a doctor? How evil can that be?
That's all in the past now, Ariel. We've learned our lessons, I promise.
It's too late.
Come on now, Ariel. Time changes things. That's how they say it, right? You should know these things. To err is human, you know?
And to forgive is divine. That's what you want to say, right? Well, I'm not divine. I'm human. And I'm still hurt by all the despicable evil and horrendous things done to me by people I called family. Do you know how hard life was for me?
Yeah, I can imagine.
You can't imagine a thing.
We're so sorry, Ariel. We know we wronged you, but we want you back now. Please come home.
The only home I have is the mansion I just built in South Manton.
What? Wow.
Don't act like you've not heard of it, Keith. I know that's part of the reason why you're reaching out to me now.
No. We just want to make things right. Please don't make it harder than it already is.
I've already made my point clear, Mr. Keith. I'll never have anything to do with you, or your father, or your mother. You should all stay out of my life, else...
Ariel, open your door already. Dad wants to see you this instant.
I don't want to see anyone right now. Go away.
Don't think I'm begging you, Ariel. Frankly, the more you stay in there, the better things get for me. Where's Dad's golden goose? Oh, she's hiding under her bed like a coward. Ha 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 ha.
Just go away now, Keith. Leave me alone.
You know how funny this is, right? Just 2 years ago, you were the star of our class. All the perfect grades, all the awards. Dad chose you over me. He neglected me because, in his mind, you had the better chance at carrying on the dynasty. You had a better chance at becoming the next medical giant of the Kingston family. But look at you now! Ha 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 ha!
I don't want to be a doctor anymore! What does it matter to any of you?
I am now the medical student in the family. And you? You flopped at the acceptance test twice! Who knew that could happen? When they say the first shall be the last and vice versa, that was what they meant. Ha ha ha!
Whatever. Not everyone was created to be a doctor. The fact that Mom and Dad and all our uncles and aunts are doctors,
and me,
does not mean I have to be one too. I've chosen my own path.
Your own path? Huh. Writing meaningless stories? Do you know how stupid that sounds?
It might be stupid to you, but it's my truth. And I'm sure you're doing all this just to please Dad. I promise you that is the worst mistake you'd ever make. Because the day would come when you'll realize that you denied your truth. But it'll be too late for you to make any turns.
Let's wait till that day then, Ariel. But today the stage is all yours. That's just by the way. Do you smell something burning?
Yes, for a while now. What's that?
Your manuscripts!
What?
Dad tossed them into the fireplace.
Why would he do that? I worked so long and hard on those!
I guess he wants to get you to come out of hiding.
Well, I'm not leaving this room, no matter what Dad or any of you do. I've chosen to express my ideas in writing, and I'll stick to it, even if it means leaving this house and this family forever.
You know that day might just be around the corner. It might not be so far away.
Hi, Keith? I just got home right now, and I found a small bag containing my things out on the porch. There's also a note attached to it.
Okay, so what do you need from me?
Clarity, Keith. Why are my things outside? And why isn't the door unlocking with my key? And where is everyone?
You said there's a note on the bag?
Yeah,
What does it say?
it's just one word. Bye?
I think it's pretty self-explanatory then.
Huh?
Dad, Mom, and I, we don't want you anymore.
What? What are you talking about?
Exactly what you're hearing right now. You have to try and walk with me here. The Kingstons have an image to protect. We cannot have a stain on our reputation.
Your reputation?
Well, I'm part of it now, you know, being that I'm a medical student now and all. We had to do something about you.
And you just send me out without talking to me first?
We both know Dad tried to get to you. You were the one who did not want to talk. And you did say you would stick to your path, even if it meant leaving the family behind, didn't you?
I did, but
Well then, here's your present. You've gotten what you wanted now.
I need to call Dad. Why is his phone switched off? Where are all of you?
We're in the Bahamas.
The Bahamas?
Yeah, we left this morning for an emergency vacation. We needed to catch a break from you, and your stink of failure.
It has gotten to this, huh?
Apparently,
Hold on. Why are only my old ratchet clothes in this bag? There's only one shoe. And my laptop?
I held on to them.
What? Why?
'Cause all those things are so expensive and valuable. I figured maybe if I sold them, I'd help Mom and Dad recover some of the money they spent raising you all these years. You can't be a complete waste, you know.
You just called me a waste, Keith.
Whatever. Just make sure you're off our porch before we return from our trip. I have to admit, Ariel, you were right.
I thought I told you never to contact me anymore.
I know, but it was urgent. I just had to reach out to family.
I am not your family.
Whether you accept it or not, the same blood that runs in my veins runs in yours. We are family.
Did you call me to toy with my time? 'Cause I'm not down for it.
No, I just wanted to tell you that you were right about us needing you for your money.
I knew it.
Just keep quiet and listen to me.
Is that a demand?
No, it's an order. I'm still your older brother, you know.
By 2 minutes.
Same thing.
Why am I even having this conversation with you?
Listen to me first. You can make comments when I'm done.
You still don't know how to make requests, do you?
Let me just cut to the chase. I need you to give me some money.
Why would I want to do that?
Things got tough after you left, okay? Out of the blue, everything just started to crumble.
How is that my business again?
See, Mom and Dad got a divorce.
What?
She found out that Dad was cheating on her with one of the nurses at the hospital.
It's not like I didn't see it coming, though.
Also, the hospital isn't doing so well anymore. The entire establishment is falling to its knees. Our family is falling apart. And you're just watching from a distance like it means nothing to you.
Huh? You're confusing me right now, Keith. Did I simply wake up and decide to leave my family? You said it was a unanimous decision. Y'all let me go without once looking back or calling to find out if I was alive or dead. And now you want to waltz back in like nothing ever happened? Is that how this works?
I agree. We were really horrible to you back then. And for that, I have said it, we are deeply sorry. But it all turned out great for you in the end, did it not? That means we did you a favor.
What?
One good turn deserves another, right? You need to stop living in the past.
Taking someone back after you have disowned them is not a casual walk in the park. By declaration, I'm no longer a Kingston. And I'm most definitely not legally obliged to do anything for any of you. Plus, I'm a global citizen now, so getting me back will be as difficult as walking on hot coal. There has to be a legal reinstatement, with adequate compensation, of course.
Will not be existing in time for any reinstatement if you don't give me 500K right now, Ariel.
I don't have any money for any of you in that house. Leave me alone.
Ariel, I've been calling you for ages since we last spoke. You've been ignoring me, but that is not the point right now. I cannot be taking all your insults just because you have some money now. Reply to my texts right away.
Oh, Keith. Do I have to lock you up in a cage like a dog before you actually let me be? If that's what it'll take, I'll do it, trust me. But I can't exactly be upset with you. It's my fault for not blocking you yet.
You won't be blocking me out, Ariel. Instead, you'll be paying me royalties.
Royalties? Why?
For being the main character in your famous novel, duh.
Huh?
You used my real name. My actual name. Even one of my drawings.
It was the one you threw at me to mock me, where you depicted me as fat and ugly.
It's still mine. You stole my intellectual property as well as Dad's and Mom's. Our characters, which you stole, by the way, have become famous in your movie. You did not officially have our consent to include us in your publication, so you owe us royalties.
I knew you were heartless, Keith, but I never knew you were unhinged and stupid as well. Your claims hold no water in the court of law. I do not owe you any royalties.
Why do you keep talking in legal terms as if you're a lawyer? I'm telling you, I spoke to my lawyer, who said you owe the Kingston family royalty of up to 15%, so pay it up.
I guess your lawyer is just as brainless as you are. That's not how these things work legally.
You see? There goes the legal nonsense again.
It won't be nonsense when you realize that I don't owe you a fade-in.
You do.
I don't!
And you better pay up, because if you don't, I'll make sure I tell everyone in the world that you're a thief and you stole our intellectual assets.
We don't have any business together, Keith. You'd have known that if you even as much as opened the book or watched the movie.
I don't understand.
My novel is a memoir. What that means is that the story was written based on my experiences, most of which were triggered by your hatred, jealousy, and sheer greed. Everyone already knows that there are real-life characters in the book. I have nothing to lose.
Oh.
That's right. So get off my back and go get a life.
Okay then, just give me $1 million.
Here you go again. Are you just hard of hearing?
I need that money to sort out things at home and at the hospital. Do you want me to go out and beg on the street when my sister's literally swimming in hard currency?
What exactly do you need all that money for?
I'll just say it, okay? Dad has been detained for a while now by the district police force.
On the counts of?
Medical negligence and malpractice.
Huh? Hold on. I shouldn't be asking you this for real, but just out of curiosity, I need to know how all of this happened. Dad always boasted of his inability to fail at his job. His cosmetic facility was one of the biggest in the country. Was that not why you fought tooth and nail to have me thrown out of the family? You wanted Dad's assets and wealth all to yourself.
No, that was not my intention.
It doesn't matter anymore at this point. I just want to know how things got this bad.
Well, I hate to say it, but Dad was never a doctor.
Huh?
Yeah, he lied about his degrees and qualifications in order to inherit the hospital from grandfather. And so did I. Regretfully.
Okay, now that is really funny. You're not even a real doctor?
Don't mock me, Ariel. I'm begging for your help here.
Oh, I would never mock you, big bro. Oh, please tell me more.
All I've ever really wanted to be is an artist. But I chose to play the long game because I wanted all the money, the fame, and the connections. When you left, I continued with school and soon graduated.
Yeah, graduated with a fake degree.
I then started working with Dad as an assistant MD.
I guess that was when the hospital began to fail, right? I think I can finish the story from here. Let me guess. As the new assistant MD, you decided the best way to increase revenue and productivity was to hike the prices for procedures and make all the staff work their butts off, huh?
How did you know that?
I guess it's just my writer's instinct kicking in.
One by one, those useless nurses and doctors began to leave, and soon it was down to Dad as the only accredited cosmetic surgeon. This was after the client had paid a huge sum for the procedure.
You call your patients clients? How crazy can this story get?
It's hard enough to say already. Do me a favor and just listen. That was when I found out that Dad had never performed an operation before. He previously always paid his in-house surgeons to carry out the procedures.
You could have canceled the appointment, you know?
We couldn't.
Oh, let me guess again. You and Dad squandered all the money before ever delivering the service. Wow. You guys are a hot mess, really.
You've heard the story now. You don't have to rub it in, okay? It's embarrassing having a castaway mock me.
What is wrong with you, Keith? Can you not be humble for a single second? How am I supposed to help you at all if you keep raining insults on me?
But I'm not begging you to help me. It's an order. Your father is currently in jail for a severely botched surgery that might cost him years behind bars and all his hard work of several decades. And you still want me to beg for help?
Do you or do you not need my help?
Will you or will you not give me the money?
You've still not told me what you need my hard-earned money for. What do you want to do? Buy back his freedom the way you bought your certificates?
I need $1 million to pay the lawyer who's going to plead his case in court, as well as other bills here and there. This does not even include whatever compensation the court may demand for the victim.
Jeez, it's not called a victim in this case, it's the plaintiff. And you cannot say the lawyer who is going to plead his case, just say the attorney.
Spare me all the legal lecture, little Miss Know-It-All. Are you going to help me or not?
I'm only going to do this because I can. And because I'd have done it for anyone else in his shoes. Because, well, I'm such a great person. But I'll only be sending $800K. 'Cause I reckon that's how much a regular attorney would charge for a case such as this, given the magnitude of it and all.
Huh? How did you...
The rest of your problems are none of my business. I believe I've done my best. Please send your account details.
I need another $1 million, Ariel.
Oh, God. How much longer do I have to deal with you, Keith? Did I not just give you a fortune last week? I thought you'd be off my back now.
Yes, but I need more money right now.
Stop raising your voice at me, young man. Don't ever mistake my politeness for foolishness, mister. You'll regret the day you do.
I know you'll not respect me anymore because you now have more money, but it's all good. See, I paid the lawyer for Dad's case, but she just ghosted me. And it's barely days to the sitting now, so I had to find a lawyer who'd represent Dad in court. I did find one, but he insisted on getting paid in full first. How stupid is that?
It's as stupid as chasing your old lawyer of decades with your unbearable attitude. It's also as stupid as you not knowing to run a background research on your new lawyer before making any payments to her.
I just need $1 million right now. Send it to the same account number as before, and make it quick as well.
I won't be helping you this time, Mr. Keith Kingston.
What? Why would you even say a thing like that?
Because I was that lawyer.
Huh?
The lawyer who ghosted you? Yes, that was me.
What? How?
I can't tell you the full story right now, but just know that I later went to college, I studied law, and graduated with flying colors. So, Berger and Associations Law Group, that's a firm owned by my husband and I.
You're a lawyer? And you're married?
With twin kids, too.
I thought you were just a common writer. Whoa, this is just too much to process.
Why did you think I simply gave you $800K of my money? I knew. You cannot imagine how glad I was the day your documents landed on my desk. I'm so happy that karma's finally happening. And she gave me an opportunity to help her take revenge.
This might just be a blessing in disguise then. You're his daughter, Ariel. You can even represent him for free.
Are you that oblivious? I will not be helping you in any way. Your father is a fraud, and he deserves to serve a jail term. Helping him go free will mean he'd have more chances at causing colossal damage to people's bodies. I'm sorry, but I cannot be party to that.
No, you cannot do that. He may get jailed for life. You've been paid for a service you have to deliver.
I know this is not legal because I gave you the money out of free will, but it was my money first. What's wrong with it if I decide to take it back?
This is not fair.
Oh, really? Then you're in for a rough ride because unfair is definitely coming. You know all the times I've been giving you an audience and asking questions? I was gathering evidence and collecting your statements.
What? How dare you?
The way I dared. First, I have reported you to the police for immediate pickup. You're also a fake doctor. You're a threat to humanity, and I cannot have you roaming free.
You cannot do that to me, Ariel!
Second, I intend to develop what I have found into a sequel or follow-up for my memoir. Like an update or something, you know?
Oh, you'll pay for this, Ariel! You will pay!
Ariel's decision to report Keith to the authorities for posing as a doctor led to a thorough investigation. It was discovered that Keith indeed had misrepresented himself as a medical professional. Legal charges were filed against him for medical negligence and practicing without a valid license. With overwhelming evidence against him, Keith was arrested and had to face the consequences of his actions. Meanwhile, Ariel continued to focus on her writing career and her family, her real support system. She decided to use the experiences she had gained from this tumultuous chapter of her life to write a follow-up to her best-selling memoir. This time she shared her journey of uncovering the truth about her family's deceit and the vindication she found in bringing justice to light. As for her family, they had to come to terms with the fallout of their actions. Ariel's parents divorced, and their once thriving medical practice faced severe repercussions. The Kingston family name was tarnished in the community, and they had to make amends for their past mistakes. In the end, Ariel's decision to stand up for herself, expose the truth, and seek justice had a profound impact on her life and her family's legacy. But she took solace in the fact that karma had a massive showdown and she had the last laugh. Let's break up.
Huh?
I said, let's break up. Our relationship is no longer what it used to be. It's not working anymore.
I still don't understand you, Joni. How can you say we're not working anymore? We were literally fine this morning.
This morning? The last time we spoke was 7 p.m. yesterday, Kevin. You see what I'm saying? You no longer pay attention to me.
It's not like that. We both know I just got transferred here. I've got a new boss now, new colleagues, and a whole new working environment.
That's not an excuse.
I have a lot on my plate right now, Joan. I'm practically struggling to settle in here and make a great first impression. You should be grateful I can even make out the time to talk to you at all.
What did you just say to me? I should be grateful? Well, the last time I checked, you don't take care of me or pay my bills. All I want is to build a relationship with you, and you're saying I should be grateful? Fine then, I'll take my business someplace else.
Come on, baby. There's no need to get touchy about this. I'm really sorry for being in my feelings.
There's no need to be sorry, Kevin. I made up my mind. I am done.
Why? What have I done wrong this time?
There's nothing you did wrong in that context. It's just, we don't talk anymore. We don't talk like we used to.
You're going lyrical on me now? Huh. In that case, I have some grievances of my own.
I've been nothing but a kind and supportive girlfriend to you. You can't possibly have reservations towards me.
You changed, Joan. Everything I used to love about you vanished into thin air the moment I moved cities. You don't understand me anymore. You're no longer supportive.
Oh, really?
All you do is nag. You've forgotten that I'm only here working my butt off to gather the funds I'll use to marry you.
You've been saying these same things for almost 3 years already. When is it ever going to come true?
I'm not even sure I still want to do it even.
Exactly. So I've decided to take the bull by the horn and save you the stress. As a rule, my man should take care of me because he wants to, and not because he needs to.
But I want to. I'm just not ready.
Check me out when you're ready, then. If I'm still available, that is.
We can talk about this when I get back from work.
No. We're going to iron it out right now.
I initiated this relationship, Joan. It cannot be over until I say so.
So it's a prison now, huh? FYI, I'm an adult now and can do whatever I want with my life. You're neither my father nor my husband.
Yet.
Whatever. You cannot tell me what to do. I can make my own decisions.
You're wrong, because I'm the man in this relationship. Joan, my supervisor's calling. Let me get to work now, okay? I'll call you later. Hi, Joan. I'm deeply sorry about all that happened yesterday.
What does it matter? I'm only giving you this honor because you were previously a person I admired and respected. Don't expect me to be this lenient every time.
You are well within your rights to be upset, darling. But we're adults, aren't we? We can talk this out.
I really don't want to talk to you right now, Kevin. You are unapologetic, and I cannot have any of that around me.
I want to make things right, though. Come live with me, Joan.
Huh?
I want you to move in with me. Here.
Like I should move cities, hundreds of miles just to be with you?
I don't understand. Are you not grateful that I made that decision?
What is it with you asking me if I'm grateful? What is the guarantee that you'll even pay any attention to me if I make the daunting sacrifice of leaving all that I have behind and coming to you?
I'll take care of you, Joan. It's a promise.
Well, I don't trust you.
You'll have to trust the man that wants to marry you at some point, though, won't you?
Now I feel like you're just using this marriage thing to hold me down. I told you once before, I no longer want to be with you. You're unserious and keep making promises you never keep.
So, what you're saying now is that you'll come to me if I show some seriousness?
Of course. Ask me to marry you. Say something that makes me see that you are invested in our relationship and not just using me to pass time.
Okay.
So?
Joan?
Yes?
Will you make me the happiest man in the world and be my wife?
Huh? That's not how it's done. Where's the ring?
Just say yes and come over to me. I promise to give you the best of rings money can buy when you get here. So what do you say? Yes?
Yes. OMG, Kevin, I can't believe this is finally happening.
I told you it will one day. I was just waiting for the right time.
Oh, I'm so glad it finally came.
So am I. So, when are you coming over?
As soon as I can. I work online, so moving won't affect my job at all. So I'll just drive over as soon as I can. You can expect me tomorrow. Yippee! Something really weird happened today, Kevin.
Joan? Have I not told you not to contact me while I'm at work?
I know. I'm sorry about that, but this was quite urgent.
Make it quick, please.
I received a strange mail today.
Email or real mail?
Real mail.
I've also told you not to go snooping in the mailbox, haven't I?
Calm down, Kevin. The box was literally bursting open. You're never willing to pick up the mail and you won't let me help you out either?
What did you see, Joan? I don't have all day.
An invoice from your landlord? Not that I've ever seen anything like that ever in my life.
Oh, I actually wanted you to see that.
I guessed as much. Since when am I co-renting your apartment?
I don't understand. We live together under the same roof, no?
Does that mean we should both be on the rental agreement?
Duh.
And why does it say on here that the rent is overdue by a month?
My business has suffered a minor setback lately, so I was unable to sort out the rent when due.
Business? I thought you were a warehouse manager at a motor spare parts company.
Business, office, it's all the same thing. But it's all good because you're here now. You make the big bucks with your graphic designing, don't you? You can pay the rent, I'm sure.
OMG, Kevin! You're totally unbelievable! Why did you not tell me this all along? I wouldn't have come all the way here to you!
Stop whining like a child, Joan. It's not like I'm asking you to keep paying 100% of the rent every time. I'm asking you just the once. The rest will be 50-50 as long as we live together.
How can you even say that? I thought as the man, you should handle all the bills while I cook, clean, and tend to the kids and other domestic needs that may arise in the future. I wasn't prepared for any of this, so I'ma have to decline. I'm sorry.
We are going to be married, aren't we? If you cannot obey me now, what's going to happen then? It's too late now, though. Your name is already on the rental agreement. If you don't do anything in the next week, we'll be evicted, and you know what that means this time of year.
Fine, I'll do it.
Brilliant. That's my girl. I knew you'd come around.
On one condition.
Huh?
If I'm paying half the rent, it basically means we're housemates now.
We love each other. The fact that you now pay rent cannot change that fact.
You know as well as I do that whatever we shared is dying slowly, so let's not even go there. If I must pay this rent, then every other thing we do must be equal. From the cooking and cleaning to running errands, etc.
I am the man of this house.
Are you, though? I'm just laying down my own rules alongside yours. Until we're married, you're not the man of this house to me. Have you gotten to work yet, Kevin?
Yeah, I just pulled up. Do you want something?
Yes. I can't find my debit card.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I've searched everywhere for it and simply cannot find it. So I wanted to know if you saw it by any chance.
Well, I took it.
Why will you do such a thing without my consent?
'Cause you're my fiancé now, aren't you? That means you'll soon be my wife, right?
Duh, but what does that have to do with anything?
It means I'm in charge of you now. I might as well be in charge of your money, too.
What are you even talking about, Kevin? You haven't even put a ring on it yet. How is any of this legal? You should not have done that without at least asking me first.
Did you think I was just going to sit back and watch you take all the authority in my house? Simply because I asked you for a couple $100?
What are you talking about? Did I ever say I wouldn't give you the money?
No, but you really wanted me to cook and clean. That's a filthy woman's job.
So what have you gained? All you did was leave me alone at home without money or anything to eat. What if I don't have any cash on me?
I checked, and you had about $150 in your purse. That should be able to last you the week.
A whole week? What am I supposed to be feeding on? Candy?
Eat whatever you like. It's my duty to make sure we save up for our future home. I must fulfill that duty.
If this is a joke, Kevin, you have to stop it right now. You've definitely crossed your line. I need my card back this instant.
You're a big girl, aren't you? Surely you should have more than one card.
You know that the one you took with you is my main card. That's literally where all my money is. Wait, why am I even having this conversation with you? It's barely been a week since I moved here and you're already taking control of my finances? Who are you?
If you want any money, or you want to buy anything, you have to go through me. You can also use your bank app or make a transfer.
I tried that. The app got deleted from my phone. And when I tried re-downloading it, I found that all my details had been wiped and the password was changed.
Oops, I may have done that by mistake.
You did that on purpose, Kevin!
Maybe. No one said you can't go to the bank. It's just a little walk south of the house. Or a couple of cents if you want to go by public transport. I guess that would not hurt your weekly budget.
The door is locked too and I can't find the key.
Oops again. Wow, I'm just making lots of mistakes today. Let's say you're confusing me with all of your beauty.
Oh my god, what have I gotten myself into?
Nothing much. Seems like you won't be going anywhere today, though. So just sit tight, clean up the house, and have some food ready by the time I get back, okay? I'll be home by 3 p.m. I love you, Joan. Mwah.
Ugh.
You know you can't stay locked up in that bathroom all night, Joan. Get out here this instant. I need you.
Do you need me or do you need your dinner?
I'm glad you know me well enough by now. So why is there no food on the table?
Did you think I was joking when I said you'll cook and clean after yourself? It doesn't matter if you seize all my money or lock me up in the house. I'm still going to keep to my words. I am human and not a doll created for your pleasure. Even a Barbie doll is treated better.
Please just come out already. I've said sorry several times. I can't keep begging you.
What do you want?
Just you.
Do you know what you've been doing to me? You took away all that I have and locked me in like a pet. I feel mentally enslaved and morally drained. And to think you've been doing this to me for a whole month.
I'm doing all this because I love you.
How? The only thing that has been keeping me sane is my graphic designing. And the fact that you didn't take away my phone too, thankfully. I want to leave because I can't stay. Yet I have to stay because I can't leave.
I didn't want you to be out in the open, where the other men can see you. I want you to be all mine.
I no longer want to be in this sham of a relationship with you. I came all the way here because I loved you. Now you've turned me into an ATM and a slave. I know my fundamental human rights. I cannot take this anymore.
This is the problem I have with you. You don't give me the respect I deserve as the man in this house. You don't cook for me anymore, clean, or even do my laundry. She wants 50-50. Huh. Where's that ever done? Not in my house, most especially not when I keep a roof over your head.
Excuse me? I'm the one doing all the heavy lifting here.
Sheesh, you brag a lot. That's why I prefer Mia.
What did you just say?
I didn't say anything, okay?
Who's Mia?
Mia is no one. In fact, suit yourself. You can stay in there for as long as you please. I'm no longer hungry, even. I'll be stepping out now. See you when I see you.
Kevin, get back here and explain yourself this instant!
Why are there so many cars outside the house?
Get inside, Kevin. I have a surprise for you.
Okay. I don't trust you, though.
Just get in.
You let the police into my home?
Well, what were you expecting? That I'd just let a barbaric animal like you roam free?
What?
You lied to me, Kevin. You told me you moved here because of your job. You told me you were going to get married to me when I got here. Oh, I should have known better. But I let my desperation get the best of me.
That wasn't a lie, Joan. I was really going to marry you. I had great plans for us. I even got a ring. I was gonna make things right.
After you already made things horribly wrong? Thank goodness you mentioned the name Mia yesterday. If not, I'd been living in blind derision all my life.
It's not what you think, baby. Come on.
You've been renting an apartment for some other woman in another part of town while you kept me behind locked doors all day for over a month. You said you didn't want any other men coming around me, but really, you just did not want the event of your two items meeting.
You're blowing this out of proportion, Joan.
Am I? I only found out yesterday that all the money you were taking from me were going into wedding plans.
Yes, our wedding plans.
No, you were planning a wedding with Mia. I was only here to be your little crash pillow, your ATM. You thought I wouldn't find out, huh? Well, now I have, and you're going to pay for it.
Please, just don't let the police take me away. I really want to make things right. I finally got you a ring, babe.
Means absolutely nothing coming from a man who is as insecure and devious and conniving as you.
You can have your card, your money, your freedom, anything that you want.
Huh, I already did. I've taken everything back that belongs to me. But you'll never escape the long arms of the law. You'll rot in jail for violating my rights to freedom and lawful possession of what rightfully belongs to me.
I'm sorry, Joan, please.
You're a modern-day slave master and romance scammer. I feel like a fool for ever believing you.
We can talk this out like adults, Joan. Please get the police out of here.
Once beaten, twice shy, right? I'll never fall the second time. I'll see you in court.
I love you, Joan. You have to forgive me.
After Kevin was apprehended by the police, the legal process swiftly unfolded. Joan was determined to seek justice for the emotional and financial turmoil she endured during her tumultuous time with Kevin. With a strong case against him, including evidence of his deceptive actions and control over her finances, the court convicted Kevin of fraud, unlawful confinement, and various other charges related to his deceitful behavior. Kevin was sentenced to 5 years in prison, serving as a stark reminder that his manipulative actions would not go unpunished. Joan, on the other hand, embarked on a journey to reclaim her life and independence. She decided to rent out the house Kevin had locked her in to a couple in need, using the income to recover some of her lost funds. It was a symbolic act of taking back control over her decisions and finances. As the house was filled with laughter and joy once again, it was a cathartic moment for Joan, signifying the end of her traumatic experience. Ultimately, she decided to return to her city, miles and miles away from her past. Upon her return, Joan began experiencing bouts of stress and nausea, which initially frightened her, fearing it might be an unexpected pregnancy from her time with Kevin. However, after consulting with a doctor and a psychiatrist, thankfully she learned that her symptoms were manifestation of post-traumatic stress disorder, or PTSD for short. With their support and guidance, Joan underwent therapy and received medical treatment to heal from the scars left by her toxic relationship with Kevin. Over time, she grew stronger, both mentally and emotionally, and was able to reclaim her life with newfound resilience. As the months passed, Kevin's memory faded into the background of Joan's life like a bad dream. She realized that she had emerged from her ordeal stronger and wiser. Joan moved forward, focusing on her own well-being, her career, and rebuilding her social life. She learned to trust and love again, eventually finding a partner who cherished and respected her for who she was. Kevin, on the other hand, served his prison term, perhaps reflecting on the consequences of his actions and the pain he had caused. But for Joan, the nightmare was over, and she had emerged from it a survivor, ready to face a brighter future filled with genuine love and happiness.
Whatever you like, but please give me new keys or I'll come to change the locks. I need to come and see how you've kept the house for the week.
I am tired of your interference in our marriage. Your relationship with him is unhealthy, and I need you to respect our boundaries as a couple.
Oh, shut up. You're just jealous of the relationship I have with my son.
Mrs. Parker, you have a husband, but you made me sleep on the couch throughout last week. You slept on the same bed as Bob. How is this a relationship I should be jealous of?
Well, maybe when you finally have a child, you will understand. Bob is my only child, and I'll do anything for him.
Including feeding and bathing him?
Of course. A child is never too grown for their parents' care.
This is insane. You need help, Mrs. Parker.
No, what I need is the keys to my house.
I'm never giving you new keys to my house. Please look after your own home. Besides, Mr. Parker and Bob went on a boys' trip. You forget a lot. Bob is not home.
No, I remember vividly because I'm missing my husband, but I'm also missing my son. And I need to make sure everything is in order when he comes back.
You don't have to worry about that. He's my husband, and I'll make sure things are in order.
Oh, shut up, you silly liar. You're useless to Bob. You ask him to do his laundry himself, make the bed, and prepare meals sometimes. In fact, I'm sick of you, and I want you out of the house now. You must be joking, Mrs. Parker. Where do you expect me to go? I don't care. I've always hated you, and now you've given me a good reason to finally get rid of you. I'm coming over with some people, and before I get there, you better be gone. And while you're at it, leave the key on the front porch. For how long have you been planning this, Mrs. Parker? You waited till Mr. Parker and Bob were out of town so you could throw me out. I doubt they'll like this. I don't care what they like. I know what's best for them. And I'm doing my son a huge favor by throwing a useless wretch like you out of his life. I'm already sick of your bickering. Just get lost. You have no right to control Bob's life like this. You need to stop. LOL, I don't care. Do not ever reach us again. You'll regret this, Mrs. Parker. OMG, babe, where are you? I just came home and I've been looking all over the house for you.
Well, your mom kicked me out last night.
What?
Yeah, she said I was useless to you and she needed me out. I don't blame her, though. You tolerated this.
Don't say this, babe. I never knew it would get to this.
But what did you expect? Letting her feed and bathe you, make your meals, and have me sleep on the couch while she sleeps on the bed with you?
Oh, you don't get it, babe.
Then make me get it.
My mom was diagnosed with narcissistic personality disorder, and it got worse when she gave birth to me. All my life, all I've ever known is her control, because whenever I refuse her anything, she does something very absurd.
What do you mean?
She made me skip a full semester at school because I attended a party without her. And this is just a mild example.
OMG! Did she go to college with you?
Practically. She'd always come on Friday nights and leave on Monday mornings.
Wow, that is crazy.
You have no idea. I was homeschooled from kindergarten to high school, and I wasn't allowed to have any very close friends.
But she can't keep doing this to you. You're an adult now.
Yeah, I've been trying to make her stop, but she cries so hard she falls sick, and I sincerely can't stand it when she's ill.
This is worse than I imagined. Why did she let you get married to me?
It's because she saw I sincerely love you. When I told her about you and she got furious, I refused to eat or do anything, and she became scared I may hurt myself.
She only accepted me because she didn't want you to harm yourself?
Yeah, so she agreed to let me marry you on the condition that you sign a prenup.
She knew nobody could love you for the version of you that she raised. That's why she suspected everyone of only being with you because of money.
Yeah, she was stunned when you easily signed the prenup. Since then, she'd been looking for a way to drive you out of the house. That's why she became twice as annoying.
With hopes that I'd get tired and leave?
Yeah, but you didn't, so I guess she got impatient and decided to take matters into her own hands.
Well, she has to be stopped.
Yeah, don't worry. I'll speak to her and bring you back home.
No, don't. I have a plan.
All right, but where are you? I hope you're safe.
I am safe. I'm at my dad's house at Bellyards Drive. Meet me there by 6 p.m.
Okay, babe, I'm coming to you. Please be safe. I love you.
I love you too.
Hi, Mom. Dad and I just got back from the boys' trip.
Now your dad can finally let me live. Always talking about how he needs some time with you because I make you spend all your time with me.
LOL. I know you missed me, Mom.
Of course I did. Have you gotten home now, son?
Yes, Mom, but I couldn't find Alice anywhere. Do you know where she is?
No. I chased her away.
I knew you wouldn't be able to keep up with the slug for much longer.
Right? Oh my god, she became so unbearable I couldn't deal anymore.
Yeah, even I got tired of her. She was just so useless. Good riddance.
Exactly! You have absolutely no need for her, son. I'm all you'll ever need.
Of course you are, Mom. She only cared for herself, and I wonder why I even fell in love with her.
Well, I suspect she's a witch. But now she's gone. Her spell on you is broken.
Oh, that explains it. Thanks a lot for saving me, Mom. Of course. You're my son and I'll always protect you. But what about children, Mom? I want to have my own children so I can care for them the way you care for me. Yes, that's a really great idea, son. I love children. Yeah, but I'll need a woman to achieve that. Oh, come on. You don't need anyone. You can use a surrogate or IVF. Oh yeah, I didn't think of that. You're so smart, Mom. Mama knows best, trust me. Alice and the others are totally useless to you. You won't miss her. I'm so happy she's gone. She even made me flush after using the toilet. How sinister. Ugh, she's so evil. I gave her a stern warning never to reach out to us again. That's great, Mom. Thanks a lot for always looking out for me. I love you, son. I'm coming over now. I've missed you so much. All right, Mom. I'll be waiting for you. I've missed your meals. I love you too. Hello, darling. I've been meaning to tell you something.
Okay, what is it?
I don't know how you take this, but I want to let you know that I am deeply sorry.
Oh, you're scaring me, George. Just spill it.
Well, I got someone pregnant.
What? You're kidding.
I'm so sorry, darling. Please find it in your heart to forgive me.
Why would you do this to me, George?
Well, you're always with Bob, and I get really lonely.
This is not an excuse. Bob is our son. Who else would I be with?
Me. I'm your husband. But since you're so busy with Bob, I'm allowed to have fun too.
But I let you guys go on that boys' trip. How could you betray me like this?
Bob kept talking about you throughout that boys' trip. It was miserable. He has no experiences of his own, and he's 28.
What have Bob's life experiences got to do with you impregnating another woman?
I figured since I got married to you, I also never had experiences of my own. So I decided to create some since you were not giving me any attention.
Oh my God! But you're too old for this, George! Are you a teen looking for attention, fun, and experience?
Well, seeing as I got married to you at 24, I didn't get to have a lot of fun. But it's worse because you've stolen Bob's life. And he'll get to my current age, seeking fun at all the wrong places because he didn't get to have any before.
Oh, you're talking nonsense! Bob has all the fun in the world with me. He tells me all the time.
Speaking about being old, don't you think you're too old to be having fun with Bob? You should join a book club with women your age or something.
Me? Old?
Yes, you're old and wrinkled, and I'm bored of you. That's why I went for a woman half your age.
Okay, now tell me you're kidding.
Oh, but I'm not. Alice is 7 months pregnant from me, and I want a divorce and get married to her.
Alice? Bob's wife?
Well, she's no longer Bob's wife. I thought you both didn't need her anymore.
Oh my God, you're crazy, George! Alice and Bob aren't officially divorced yet, so she is technically still Bob's wife.
Alice and I are serving you and Bob's divorce papers tomorrow. That's why I decided to tell you about us.
This is unbelievable! How can you do this to your wife and son?
Since you both only care about each other, then you can keep doing that. I'll be taking back the house I gifted Bob, and you aren't allowed back there.
No, I am your wife, and nobody can take you away from me.
But you took Alice's husband away from her.
That's not the same thing. Alice is married to my son. I'm not married to hers. He became my son first before he became her husband.
Well, I was your husband first before Bob became your son.
I'll never let you get married to Alice. You're mine.
But you can't cope. You're too old, rude, and weak, and I don't want you anymore. You can't properly care for me while caring for Bob. You'd break down.
I won't. I'm capable. Try me.
No, Meredith. You'd have to choose between me and Bob. Remember, Bob has nothing because you didn't let him live. If you choose him, you'll both be homeless and hungry.
But Alice is already pregnant from you.
I don't care about her. She could go back to Bob. I mean, who cares, right? What? No! She doesn't know how to take care of Bob. Who'll take care of him? I'm all he has. He's a grown-up, and he'll learn to care for himself, just like everyone cares for themselves. He'll be fine. I'll leave the house to them. But if you don't accept, I'll take everything, divorce you, and get married to Alice. This isn't fair. At least you get to feel what Alice felt when you forcefully stole her husband from her. I didn't think of it like that. I felt I was only looking out for my son. Well, now you see how horrible you've been to both Bob, Alice, and even me. I'm so sorry, George. I choose you. Please, I don't want to be homeless. I beg of you. But you have to pay Alice off so she can go very far away. I hate her, and I don't want her close to us anymore. I'm sorry, but I can't do that. What do you mean? Bob can't be with Alice. She's pregnant from you. Don't you care about his feelings at all? Well, Bob said he doesn't mind being with her. He just doesn't want to be homeless. He knows about this? Of course he knows, and he readily agreed to it. I don't believe you. All right then, you can ask him yourself. But you have until tomorrow to decide, or you'll be getting the divorce papers. I've decided. I just need to speak to my son before. All right. I'll tell Alice not to go ahead with the divorce. I'm sorry it had to come to this, darling. Oh, please. Bob, I can't believe you consented to continue your marriage with that useless slug. I guess you've spoken to Dad. I didn't have a choice. Oh, you have no shame. Huh? So you rather stay with a woman who betrayed you? I mean, she's pregnant from your dad. Did you know that? If I were you, I'd have chosen to be homeless. So I guess you chose to be homeless. I didn't, because I can't be homeless. Not when my husband has many houses. So you chose to stay with a man that betrayed you. Someone that got your son's wife pregnant. You have no shame either, Mom. And you're nothing but a hypocrite. How dare you speak to your mom like that? Well, it's because I've realized you've never truly loved or cared about me. Stop saying nonsense! But it's the truth. You've always done whatever pleases you, while the rest of us must tolerate it. You were tolerating me? Yes, Mom, I was. All you did was encroach in my personal space and practically steal my life from me. No! I cared for you, in a way nobody ever could. Not even Alice. And this is how you repay me? You ungrateful, stupid boy! Why should I be grateful to you? You made it impossible for me to work or be useful to myself. But you expect me to throw away Dad's offer just because you hate Alice? How do you expect me to survive? You really are a disgrace. There are so many other homeless people living on the streets. Why can't you join them? Instead, you want to keep being married to someone who's pregnant with your father's child? What an embarrassment. Well, sorry to disappoint you, Mom, but Alice is pregnant with my child, and not Dad's. Ah! You're so stupid. I never should have bothered about you. I'm happy you finally come to this realization, so you can finally leave Alice and me alone to raise our child. Stop talking nonsense! Alice isn't pregnant from you. You haven't seen her since I chased her away. Yes, she is 7 months pregnant, Mom. You chased her out 7 months ago, but you didn't know she was pregnant at the time. I didn't know either. This is so confusing. I spoke to Alice the next day after you chased her out, and I went to meet her. She told me she'd been waiting for me to come back from the boys' trip to tell me the good news. You stupid boy! You deceived me! You told me you were happy she was gone! It was all part of the plan. What plan? Alice's plan to give you a taste of your bitter medicine. And your dad was in on it? You all conspired against me? We knew it was the only way to show you what a horrible person you are, Mom. And guess what? It worked perfectly. Oh my God! You're so foolish, Bob! Alice will make you care for yourself and even her! You'd have to work and earn money to care for your child too! And you'll suffer greatly! Dad cares for himself. He also worked and earned to care for me. If he can do it, so can I. I just need you out of my life so I can start doing these things. You can't be serious!
You did all this just to get me out of your life?
Yes, and it was worth it. I don't ever need you close to my family anymore, so stay away from us.
I'm not going to. What are you gonna do about it?
Well, I guess then I'll have to initiate Plan B.
What? What is Plan B?
I guess you'll see. We knew you might not learn your lessons, even after this, so we prepared for that.
Tell me what Plan B is, Bob.
You'll find out, since you refuse to leave Alice and I alone.
Well, if you think this would make me back down, then you're delusional.
All right then, watch out.
You wicked swine! I want to see my son and grandchild! How did you get my new contact? Why are you still stalking us? I got it from your dad. He told me you guys left the country. We had to leave because you wouldn't obey the restraining order, and Bob couldn't bear to have you go to jail. But at this point, I think he'd be delighted to have you in jail. You scoundrel! Give me my son and grandson back! Try getting your husband back first. He also has a restraining order against me, and I had to bail myself out the last time I tried reaching him. Leave my family alone or you'll forever be in jail. Stop harassing us! I hate you so much! I regret the day you walked into my family's life! You stole my family away from me, you monster! You brought this on yourself, Meredith. Bob warned you, but you didn't listen. How was I supposed to know the Plan B was for George to truly divorce me and have you all file a restraining order against me? Serves you right. You don't need a family. You're sick and you need help. No! What I need is a house! I've been living on the streets and sleeping on cold floors! Mr. Parker warned you, but you didn't listen. Anyway, there are so many others living on the streets. At least you aren't alone. Tell me where my son and grandson are so I can come live with them. I also don't want to meet you there. You must be gone before I get there. Oh, LOL. You're quite delusional. Bob doesn't want anything to do with you ever again. Well, that's because you bewitched him, you desperate witch. I know if I can reach my son, he'll let me back into his life. No, he wouldn't. He's very busy, and the last thing he wants is your interference. I knew it! I told him you'd make him suffer, but he didn't listen. Well, if you call working a multi-million-dollar company for 6 figures suffering, then I have no reason to convince you otherwise. You're making my son work while you're useless all day. You better homeschool my grandson when he's of age. I won't. I don't want to repeat your mistakes on my own child. I'm good. Dan will go to school with his mates. I'll let him live his life and only supervise when absolutely necessary. You're the most useless mom ever, but you're worse as a wife. I wish my son would divorce you and bring me to care for him and my grandson. I would do a perfect job. If you were such a useful wife and mother, well then why do your husband and son hate you so much? Because you've bewitched them! Everyone knows! No reasonable person in their right mind would be with a woman as useless as you are. Well, only an insane person like you would be with a woman like you. That's why your husband and son have been running away from you. I'll reach them someday, somehow. They're my family, and you can never take them away from me. Good luck trying to reach them. But before you do so, never, ever contact me again. I'll be blocking you now, so try to stay away. Or I'll have to sue you for harassment. You can never get away with this, Alice. Mark my words. Goodbye, Meredith. I'll never forgive you. My mother-in-law kept trying to reach us, but she didn't succeed. She was always standing close to Mr. Parker's house, watching his every move and going back to the street to sleep each day. After about 3 months, we heard she was being taken off the streets by the government and placed in a mental institution where she was being treated for her mental health disorders. My husband gradually learned how to be independent, care and provide for himself, me and our child. He continues to work at the multi-million-dollar company where he was promoted to CEO for his excellence. As for myself, as a stay-at-home mom, I do my best to look after the home, but I'm conscious enough to put healthy boundaries in place that we all respect. I equally work on learning skills like baking, crocheting, and sewing, and I have a YouTube channel where I teach others these skills. It keeps me busy and stops me from crossing my family's boundaries. My husband and I also raise our son to have a life of his own. We both love, support, and guide him to make the best decisions, but we never interfere in his life to the point of obsession. My father-in-law remarried a few years later to an amazing woman who loves and cherishes him and all that concerns him. And we all meet every Christmas to celebrate and share our love.